Michael, when you were interviewing and recording Epstein, was it mostly in his apartment? Is that where it was at? His penthouse in
Yes.
Manhattan? When you
Well,
walked in,
it's not a penthouse. It's a mansion.
21,000 square feet. I think that's the one that Lex Wexner gave him. It's a beautiful property from what I hear.
And that's even another soft thing that it said. You hear it's 21,000 square feet. Epstein described it as 55,000 square feet, and it clearly is. I mean, a good sized townhouse in New York is about 15,000 to 20,000 square feet. This is triple the size of a good sized townhouse.
So
it's on a block in Manhattan on 71st Street between Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue, it's a block of these significant mansions.
Yeah.
But his dwarfs them all. So you see, I mean, there are these big mansions which you would say, oh my God, that must be who could possibly live in that? Those are amazing.
55,000.
And then next to his, you say, this is truly mind-blowing.
Yeah, I mean, it's documented as the largest private residence in Manhattan, whether you call it a penthouse or whatever. So did you ever ask him why Lex Wexner gave that to him as a gift?
Yes, and he would deny that.
He would.
In other words, he said, yes, this was part of a financial transaction he had with Wexner. The details of which I don't exactly know, but certainly he billed this as that he had bought the house from Wexner.
Did it not make you kind of sit there and say, I mean, I'm sure you've gotten nice gifts in your life. I've had a couple nice gifts, in my life, a couple of them for my friends and my wife. No one's been nice enough to give me the largest private residence in New York.
I once had a conversation with Wexner about this is the only time I met Wexner, and he had said, and I said, I mean, how did you meet, Epstein or something? But I don't remember my question, but I remember his answer. He looked surprised and said, Jeffrey made me $500 million.
Jeffrey made me $500 million. Did he tell you how?
I don't. Well, I assume from giving him financial advice, but I don't know, and possibly investment advice.
I mean, that a lot of people make a lot of people $500 million, but they don't give the biggest private residence in New York.
Well, as I say, from Epstein's point of view, this was not a gift; it was a transaction.
All right.
The nature of that transaction, I don't know.
It's a little bit suspicious on what happened here. When you walked into this private residence, you know how they say that painting of President Bush and Clinton? Did you ever see those two paintings in the property?
I don't know the President Bush. I saw that one. It was in it was basically in a closet off the main entrance.
Did you ever ask him why he has that? That's a very weird painting for you to have of a president in a dress in a painting, in a painting. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it was a joke painting. At one point, I never saw that painting, so okay. I don't know where the Bush painting is from. I have seen the Clinton painting, and it was a joke. The nature of the joke, I'm not exactly sure, but
it's a rough joke.
It's a point about Epstein that he treated almost everything like a joke. In fact, art itself was treated like a joke. The piece of art above his mantle, above the fireplace on the ground floor, was something he had bought on the street, just a street painting for $100 or something. And then he had spent thousands and thousands of dollars on framing it. So it looked like partly because of this frame, it looked like a significant piece of art, which it was not. And it amused him that many of the wealthy men he knew spent enormous amounts of money on on art, which he considered a kind of vanity or even and pretension, possibly a fraud.
Yeah. So very, very interesting when you think about it. So you saw the painting, Bill Clinton's, President Bill Clinton's. If you're going to play a joke and you're going to have all these guests that come in, I don't know if the former Ehud, Barak, that these guys are coming over 36 times. If I'm living in America, I don't know if I'm going to have a painting of the president like that in my house to make fun of the president. It undermines the leader of my country. Or there's some people that speculate that this was one way of him saying, hey, I have you, Bill, you better. And there's a lot of different speculations.
Well,
people make.
I don't know. I mean, he certainly didn't have him. And, the Clintons, Bill particularly, walked out of his life after the investigation started. So the painting may have been there may have been some bitterness in this painting, and he kept this painting. And I don't really know where the painting came from, but he was certainly not. Again, I think it hurt him that Clinton turned on him like that.
And that would be a validation of to say, now that you turned on me and distance yourself from me after all the fun you had with me traveling without Secret Service, just so you know, you better not screw me because I know you know what I know about you. In a very dark way, that would make sense to say, everyone that comes here better not come after me because I know what you know what I know about you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's possible, except that obviously people did come after him, there was no, I think at various points, and there were people who wanted him to spill or share information about Clinton, and I don't think that I mean, to my knowledge, that never happened. And, I mean, I think that was always a possibility in a sense that Epstein believed in the investigation, the initial investigation of him in Florida. So the investigation of him in Florida, as I understand, began as a state investigation, actually a local investigation by the police in Palm Beach, and then it was taken over by the feds, which would have been unusual. And Epstein believed that was an effort by people in the Bush administration then to get information about Bill Clinton.
Is this the Palm Beach story with the parents of the 14-year-old girl that said that, she was molested by him? This is the 2006
Yes, this is
story?
The first investigation which began in 2004 and then sent him to jail in, I don't know.
In your eyes, Michael, having spent as much time as you did with him, do you think Epstein is a bad guy?
Well, he's clearly a bad guy. I mean, he clearly did things that I would not do and you would not do, and we would hope that the people we know would not do. So yeah, I mean, he's a sex offender. He went to jail. But is he in addition to that an intelligent guy, a knowledgeable guy, a guy who had insights to offer? I would say, in my experience, yes. Does one cancel out the other? No, but they exist together.
Totally makes sense. I've met a lot of guys that are extremely knowledgeable and fun, even fun to talk to, but they've done something. I interviewed Samuel Bulgravano. He's got to be one of the best storytellers I've met in my life.
Well, yes, but I have a kind of specialty in bad guys.
I know you do. That's why.
I know a lot of bad guys.
Well, it's your world. For me,
they're not gangsters. They're guys who are, I would consider, as you probably know, Donald Trump to be a bad guy.
Okay, so you think Donald Trump is a bad guy, and you think Epstein is also a bad guy. So
yeah, and I think, and it's always, I think Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein are very much similar people. That's why knowing Epstein supplies a window into who Donald Trump is, because they were so close, but also so close in their interests.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic, I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker, you question things, you like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.